So, I want to explain how to use blending and segmenting, or reading and writing techniques to help your children. So the first thing is, I've spoken about you getting these. So what you would do is you would cut out these like this. So say for instance you wanted the A, which is apple. Now it has got the angel on. Don't worry about that yet. That's going to be for something later when they learn A. So for the moment we're focusing on the A and the small letter, although the capital is there as well, so they're being aware of it. So we've got all these small letters like that. So we've got that, and we've got that on the back, and I want a K. So when you, as you've been taught in phonics, you say very pure sounds, and there's two things that you're going to be learning to do with your child. And I've got some visual aids to help you remember, because I think this is the easiest way. So when you're spelling or writing, you're segmenting. So as you can see, I've got a little orange, and inside the orange I've got segments that go together. So when you're reading, when you're writing, sorry, like if you're doing cat, you would say k, at when you write it. So you've got to remember each one of these letters is a segment for when you're writing or spelling. Okay. Sometimes you might also use sound boxes, and that's why on the alphabet board I've put sound boxes that would help you to segment k, at, and you would put that in, or you would write it. Okay, and then you might then do fat, hat, bat, and rhyming words, because you know I like my rhymes. But when you also use this, you might also use it also for blending or reading. So I've got my little blender here to help you remember. So when you're reading, you would blend. That's what you're going to remember. So you would be doing k, a, t. So when they're reading that, they would go k, at, cat. Then you might change the first letter. They would blend again. Pure sounds, at, hat. So you might point with the finger, and then you'd go across. You might do other ones that rhyme, so you might go at. Now if they looked at this and thought, hang on, what's I've forgotten, you can just turn over to the picture, and they've got a picture prompt, flower. Alright, so that's why these are great to help with your word building and to complement the phonics, lovely phonics work that you're doing at school. Now, when I posted you these labels, the reason why I did this was because I was trying to be as environmentally friendly as possible, but also have a bit of fun. So as you can see, I've got some tomatoes there. So if I wanted to make cat, I might get one of my labels, because you've got quite a few, and I can put it on a tomato, and I've got k, and then I've got a on the second tomato, and I've got t. Okay, so you can put these labels on whatever you want. If you want to keep them more permanent, okay, so I've got k, and that's quite fun. You can also put them onto stones. So there's the A, they stick quite nicely onto stones. So you can stick these labels on whatever you want that you think is fun for your child, and you can make words with them like that. But what I found really, really good is, if you look here, I have put these labels, I raided my husband's penny jar, and they fit perfectly on a penny. So I've got a penny, and I'm going to get my cur, just take it off, and I put it on top of the penny, and then it's really nice because it slides around. It's really nice to move onto the board. And for my bigger letters, or my capital letters, or my blends, I have put them onto 2p size coin. So if you get 2p, they fit nicely on a 2p. And then I also found that if somebody wears dentures in your family, this is just perfect to keep the pennies in. So you can put them in there, And if somebody wants some vitamin supplements, they're quite good for 2Ps. So you can store them in there. That's what I found out that was useful. And then what you do is you've also got and you've got so when you're using your alphabet and you wanted to do cat, so you can just push them in like that, and then the child can blend them on your whiteboard. Or you don't have to use these at all, and the child could just look at the whiteboard for clues, and you would get your pen and you would go, actually let me get a nice whiteboard up so you can see. So you would get a pen and you would put your finger in. So some phonic programs might use your fingers upwards and go at, but I've put that there as well, so you might go at with your finger into the boxes. So you'd go at, and then they'd say cat, and then you might get them to write at. So when they're using the pen, that's segmenting, think of the orange. When they're using the actual items, that's blending, and that's what they do in reading books. And we know how important phonics is, and you're going to have plenty of decodable books, so that's really important they know how to decode their first words. So I hope that's useful, and you can see how those can be useful to help you blend and segment.